everyone and welcome to my craft room. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in southern Tasmania. Just bear with me while everyone's finding ourselves and I will check my volume, make sure everything's up to date where it should be. Here we go. Yep, looks like that started there. Let's check the volume. Yep, that looks okay. Great, right. My Facebook just notified me that I'm on live, so it's a good thing Facebook looks after me because otherwise I wouldn't know what I was doing. Welcome to my craft room. A couple of things to show you today before we get started. Make sure that, there's a couple of people watching. Make sure you please pop on and tell me where you're watching from and all those sorts of things. Say hi. It's great to know that I'm not sitting here talking to the ether by myself. It's lovely to have chats with all you lovely crafters out there. A couple of things, as I say, to show you before we start crafting. We're coming to the end of April, so I have a couple of offers in April that are still running, so still going for a few days. If you place an order with me in excess of $50 or multiples of $50, you will get entries into my customer draw. The prize in the customer draw is this wonderful garden bundle. Thoughtful garden bundle. It's a wonderful, thoughtful garden bundle. So you spend $50, you get one entry, $100, you get two. If you've placed 3 or 4 orders with me through the month, I'll add them all up and I'll give you those, the number of entries that total comes to. So don't worry if you've placed a number of small orders. I know a number of ladies have done that. I'll add them all up and give you the total number of entries from that whole monthly total. It's a wonderful bundle. You've seen me use it a few times already since it's been out. It's got the Thankful Garden stamp set, the dies, and the best thing about it is it's got the masks as well. So you go into the draw for this wonderful bundle. It's worth over $110. I think it's $113. So that's your chance at a prize during April. So 3 days to go for that one. Also, if you spend over $100, I will give you first grabs at my retired stash, which I'll start advertising that early in May for everyone else. But if you order over $100, yes, I'll send you some pictures. You can choose something you'd like out of my retired stash. And look, let's face it, a lot of my retired stashes maybe have had one use, maybe a lot of things have had no use. So they're very lightly used. So it's practically like getting a new item for free. So that's my prize draw and my April customer offers. We also have launch coming. So we have the new catalogue coming very, very soon. I keep thinking it's next month, and it is next month, but then I get a bit scared when I realise that next month actually starts next week. So it's a bit tricky when you get to the end of the month. You think it's still a month away, but it's not. It's a matter of a week and a bit till the new catalogue comes into play. If you haven't got an active demonstrator and you would like a copy of the catalogue, please reach out. I'm happy to pop one in the post for you. I believe my regular customers' catalogues are already starting to arrive, which is great. If you have bought from me in the last 6 months and you haven't received a catalogue yet, please reach out as well because I did put an automatic order in, but sometimes they are a little bit iffy. I'm not sure what causes it, but sometimes they're a bit patchy. But anyway, so yes, haven't got your catalogue yet, or if you are wanting one and you haven't got a demonstrator, please reach out. As a result of it being a catalogue, it's obviously I like to have a launch, and my launch is going to be held on the 24th of May. You still have time to sign up and receive your stash and your card kits. I think I've closed that on the 6th of May. So if you get to me by the 6th of May, you'll get all your items in the post. The product themselves that you're going to get to take part in the launch is this beautiful gallery 6x6 designer series paper. The bling is called pressed flowers, so it's a sort of a brassy sort of decorative flower sort of motif there. And this time you will get the Damask Designs embossing folder as well. So it's all part of the same suite. You'll get the embossing folder. If you don't like the look of the embossing folder, I am perfectly happy for you to swap that out for something of the same value. Yeah, so I know it's probably, if you've got something else you would like of the same value, I'm happy to swap that out and keep the bling and the paper in order as long as it comes to the same total. So from Stamping Up, you'll get those 3 items, and then from me directly here in Hobart, you'll get the kits to make the 2 gorgeous craft along cards that we're going to be making together. Lovely one here with the panels where we cut the paper into 3 and then sort of put it back together again, and this gorgeous, I don't know what, belly band, gatefold, whatever you want to call it, card, and it uses the gorgeous paper. And I've added some vellum there just to give it a little bit of softness, and it opens up like that. So I think that's one of the nicest cards I've designed this year. I really, really like it. So you'll make that one as well, along with me on the day, as well as seeing lots of great new products from the new catalogue. So there we are. So that's launch. Launch costs $70, includes everything you see there, all postage, everything that comes from Stamping Up and everything that comes from me. Postage is all paid for. Plus you get a $15 product credit to use on an order with me, and a prize draw as well. So there'll be prizes, games, freebies, and the great crafting as well. So that's going to be fun. I'm sorry, there's so much going on at the moment. It's a busy time. I am actually participating in our Australia Cancer Council Biggest Morning Tea during the next few months, so right through May into June. I'm participating in that. I do have a website or a link if you'd like to donate directly to the Cancer Council and support my event. Or I have a in-person event scheduled for June as well, if you'd like to come along to that. And the easiest way for everyone to participate with that is just to buy a kit. Stamping Hat has some wonderful kits. They're priced from $20 to $45, something like that. All-inclusive kits where you get most of what you need in the kit to create. It's great for beginners. It's great for advanced crafters who may like to put their own spin on the kits as well. And all my commission, all my profits from any kits that are sold on my online store over the next couple of months will go to the Cancer Council and the Biggest Morning Tea event. So I'm hoping to get lots and lots of kits sold. It's a win-win, really. You get the kits, the Cancer Council gets the donation, and and it's a really great cause for any of us who've been touched by cancer or lost someone to that horrible disease. Anyway, okay, so that's a bit of a downer, but please think about buying a kit or donating to the cause during May and June. Okay, so back to some crafting. Okay, now this one we're going to be looking at, this Impressions Abloom bundle, is actually an upcoming online exclusive. So 6th of May, which we've just discussed, isn't that far away. This bundle and the associated paper and bling and all those things will come as an online exclusive. They're not in your catalogue, so I'm steering away from catalogue items at the moment, but I do like to show some of my ladies have trouble finding the online exclusives when they come, so I like to show them so you know what's there and you can see it in action before they actually become available. Impressions Abloom, it is actually, the suite's called, I did look the suite up just then because it's a slight variation. It's called there we are, it's called getting it closer, you probably can't see, Floral Impressions Suite. Floral Impressions Suite. It's $155.50 Australian. But you get a heck of a lot with that, and I'll show you what you actually get. So you get, I don't think I've got I haven't got the embossing folder. I'll show you most of what you get because I don't actually have the embossing folder. I don't think. I'm not quite sure. There's so much here in the craft room. I'm not sure what I've got. and what I haven't got. Anyway, you get the Impressions Abloom stamp set, which is cute. Lots of little flowers there and some really nice, thankful sort of appreciative sentiments. You get the dies, and I'm looking forward to trying these big ovals here. I think they're going to be quite cute. We're just going to be using the flowers today, but we'll get to the rest in due course. You get the cute bling. So this is strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. Very cute. We might use a couple of those today. And you get, this is the foiled frames ephemera. It's just sort of these really lovely gold embossed frames. You can use them for backing, there's a couple there that are so big you could use them as tags or card fronts, but there's little ones there you can use for sentiments, etc. And as I say, there's an embossing folder, but I don't think I've got it yet. I know I had to draw a line at ordering at some stage, but anyway, we'll get the chance to look at that eventually as well. So we're going to be using most of those elements to make a couple of cards today. And I'll just show you my original. Probably look at this and go, Julianne, people have been making this card since Adam was a boy, and it's entirely possible that they were, but it was new to me because I was making some cards to sell as part of my fundraiser, and I found that, and I thought it was a lovely way of just using some fairly simple way of using some designer series paper. I was sort of grabbing some retired stuff to make some fundraising cards, and I thought we'll have a go at making that today, and you'll see a couple of the sheets of this cute paper and the use of the dies of the bundle as well. So there, that's the one we're going to make, or we're going to make something similar. We're going to make two, actually. I've gone against my best judgment. I'm going to make two cards at the same time, and the reason I'm going to make that is because this little cutout here, this little triangle, is actually the back of that paper. So that's the back of that. And so it matches really well, and I was happy to use it. Whereas I would prefer these two colours. I would prefer the back of this one with this, if that makes sense. I'd want to pop those two together, and I want to pop those two together. So if I make two cards, I'll be able to swap those little triangles out and use them and have two cards that I'm happy with. So that'll make much more sense when I get started, I'm sure. But anyway, let's get started and see. So I will walk you through how to make this little curl back piece, this little fold here, and we'll see how we go. And it's quite, once you've made a few, you get into a bit of a, as I say, I've been using it for my fundraising cards, and you get in a little bit of a routine and get the measurements right. So we start with the card base, and I'll do both of the card bases at the same time. This is a slightly longer card base. I'm getting into the habit of using the whole A4 sheet, so it's actually up to 14.9 centimetres, or what is it, 5 7/8 of an inch. So it's the full A4 half, and I've scored it in the middle just to make a sort of a slightly longer card than normal. What I'm going to do is get the front of the card. So this is going to be the front of our card. I'm going to just mark a little pencil mark at 2 inches from the top right-hand corner. So 2 inches, just a little pencil mark. I'm just using the thing on the little ruler on my trimmer. There's a little pencil mark there at 2. So if I rotate it very slightly, line up the little 2 mark with the top score. Now I'm getting text messages as well. Yes, little score thing at the top there, and I'm scoring there. Okay, so that's our fold. Okay, that's eventually going to fold back like that. Okay, now keep it closed for a wee while. I'm going to put my trimmer aside just briefly. So bring in your layers. So this is one of our brand new in colours. It's called Darling Duckling. It is yellow, but you actually see, when you see it next to our other yellows, it's more of a, I see it more of as a sort of a greeny yellow. It's sort of like it's got sort of a more of a grassy sort of tinge to it. Some people said they thought it looked fluoro, which is entirely possible, but I think of it as got a little bit of a green to it. Anyway, that's what we're going to use. So what I'm going to do to get that same angle there, I'm going to line it up so that the edges, so the borders on the three sides are right. And I'm going to grab my pencil again. I'm going to mark, and this is the fairly important bit that you probably need to fiddle with a little bit. I'm going to mark it just under where that score crosses. Okay, so it's just under it. It is snuck just so closely under it that it's going to butt up to it. So what I'm going to do is grab my trimmer and I'm going to cut the cardstock from that mark to the top left-hand corner. And I suppose the sizing is actually important here. So this is 1/4 inch smaller than the card front. So it is 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. Anyway, but if I cut that from that little mark that we made at the 2-inch mark on the card to the corner, we're going to keep both of those. And if we pop this back on here, you'll see that it snuggles right up under that score and you've got the right sort of border all the way around. So if you fold that down, it snuggles right up under that score. So this one and that we're going to keep. So we'll grab our designer series paper now. This is the one I'm going to use with the Darling Duckling. What I'm going to do is actually glue it now to the, and I saw a lot of people doing a lot of complicated stuff with this card design when I was trying to work it out, and I sort of went the easy way. So yeah, you can sort of do lots of fiddly sort of measuring and stuff like that. I sort of tried to make it a bit easier for us just by doing that one measurement and hoping that everything else would fall in place, which it will if you cut and measure precisely, but just the one time. So I've added that to the cardstock, as you can see, and I'm just going to fiddle it a little bit so it's in the right position. So who have we got on? We've got Sharon on. Hello, Sharon, my dear. We've got a fair few on, and Annette and Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn. And Frances. Hello, Frances. And Susan, my dear Susan. Yes, the DSP is beautiful. Okay, so, and I'll see you this afternoon, won't I? Okay, so I've got that stuck to there. So what I'm going to grab is my trimmer and I'm going to cut that designer series paper off where the edge of that cardstock is. So just bring it in, lining it up with the trimmer and just cutting it straight off. So that's just in line there. So if we bring this piece back in, and I know I'm not going to use this one on there, if you bring this piece back in, because we've cut them both together, that fits perfectly with the right sort of border onto the piece of the triangle that we've cut away. So what I'm going to do is eventually, when I'll make the second card, I'll give it another go. It's going to be that triangle that goes there, and this one's going to go with that. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm now going to glue this to the card front. And then once that's on, I'll bring the second card in and we'll do the second card as well. So it snuggles right in up under that score and it's got a nice border of white around the edge. So that folds down like that. Okay, so that's the first bit of the first one. Let's repeat it now with the second card and hope that I get the angles the same. I hadn't actually thought of it. If I get the angles different, I'm in a bit of trouble, aren't I? So that piece of yellow goes with that card. That piece of designer series paper goes with this card. Okay, there we are. That's all right. And that goes in there. And that goes with that as well. Sorry, I just didn't want to get too disorganised before I even start. Okay, let's do that. So again, we're going to grab the trimmer. measure the 2-inch point. 2-inch point on the front of the card, so about here. Turn it slightly and score. Make sure you get your cutting blade out of the way. How many of us have cut when we meant to score? I know I do it on painfully regular occurrence. And there we have our fold over. Okay. Pop that aside. Everything's got, you can see to the left-hand side, I've got everything balanced. It's like balanced on a, yeah, not going to work, Julianne. Okay, so let's grab our layer. Again, we're going to pop it so that it looks like it's sort of roughly in the right position. Just mark just underneath our little score line with another pencil mark. Bring our trimmer back. And cut between the top corner and the mark. This time I can bring my trimmer in. There we go. So this piece, drum roll, please, maestro. If I've done it correctly, this piece, got to get it the right way around, will fit. Yes. Okay, so that fits really well with the piece of designer series paper from the other one, the reverse side. So yay, win for Julianne. I'm going to add this paper. Make sure I get it the right way up. That's why I have trouble as well with doing all the measuring and stuff first, because I find it hard to visualise which way is going to face up in the final card. I need to actually see it in place before I know that I've actually put it right. Clever people like my husband can actually visualise things and manipulate them in his brain. He's amazing that way. Manipulate things in his head and, you know, sort of see how things are going to work out. And he's pretty right most of the time, but I need to see it happening. I need to see it in action before I know that I've done the right thing. Or haven't, whichever the case may be. It was really sunny in the craft room this morning and it's sort of gone a bit, as you can see, it's still sunny outside. It's just that something's shadowing me, made a shadow. So there we go. So that's this one. And again, if I've done the right thing, this, she says, should go on that. Yes, it does. That's excellent. Cool, cool, cool. Going well so far. Okay, don't get too cocky, Julianne. It'll probably fall in a heap. Okay, so this one pops under there. There we are. Congratulations to some of the ladies in my team that met their April sales challenge. There were 7 of us so far and there's still 3 days of April to go. There's a couple of you that are quite close. So if you're watching in the team and you're wondering how you were going in relation to your sales challenge to get that amazing tote bag, I think a couple of you are close and as I say, 7 of you have actually made it. So I was really pleased. I didn't think it was quite a high sales target for us, but you guys did so well. And free shipping for 3 days didn't hurt, I'm sure. I know it helped me get there, so I got there as well. So I can't wait to see our bags. I hope they're worth it. I'm sure they will be. Okay, so I've popped that sort of pool party triangle side onto our pool party cardstock, and then it will go just directly straight onto that flap that we've folded down. There we go, and it looks, it's because we've measured and cut as we go, it's a really good fit. I'm really happy with that. Okay, so what we'll do to keep that down, we'll grab a couple of dimensionals. I've got some ends here, let's use those. Never waste your ends. Bit of a hair there. Just grab a single dimensional, doesn't have to go too crazy. And I'll pop that on the back of there. Oh. and just firm that down. And so that gives us that little, it's almost like the lapel of a jacket, isn't it? It's a bit like that. It looks like a, give it the other side and it'd be, the collars of a shirt. But there, that's what we've got. So inside, I'm going to pop a couple of layers. I've got a layer of the pull party here, and it's cut the same 1/4 of an inch smaller than the card. And then so we can write in it, I've got a layer of white as well. And you do see the corner of the inside shown through, so it's nice to have the continuation of the blue, white, blue sort of pattern when you close it down. Okay, so that's the first one pretty much done. We can pop that aside and we'll see how the second one goes, if it goes as well. So some glue on the back of this one. So as you can see, this green, this old olive colour is the back of the pretty flowers from the first card. And it's a good way. I mean, basically now I've made 2 cards, and usually it takes me hours to make 2 cards. So I've forced myself to make 2 cards for the price of 1. Okay, so, and that fits there. Yep, that fits really well as well. Okay, same thing, we'll get a dimensional, just a little off-cut there. Pop that on the back and firm that down. And so we've got our other little cutout. Grab the Darling Duckling inside. Insert, if you want to call it. And you can tell this is a piece of scrap paper here. We've got some stamping on the back there, but we'll flip it over. No one will ever know. Cardstock is so expensive, I don't like wasting it. So I tend to, if I can turn it over and use the other side, I'm going to. There you go. So there we go. So she had 10. So Sharon had 10 in her team. You didn't make it. Yeah, it got hard when you got up into the higher targets, didn't it, Sharon? Yes, but I had 7 so far. So let's hope maybe we'll beat you. Well, maybe we'll catch up to you. So I don't know. How many have you got in your team? I've got 20. So I thought 7 out of 20 wasn't too bad. Okay, and some of them were silver, so they had to get quite a high challenge as well. So yeah, well done, ladies, and well done to Sharon's 10 as well. Okay, so we've got that far. So we've got the insides done, we've got the outsides done. Let's do some decorating. I don't need that. I'm just going to have a bit of a clean up before I get too carried away. I've got a piece of white cardstock there. Don't need these just at the minute. We are going to stamp and die cut ourselves some flowers from the Impressions Abloom. There we go. So this one, obviously because it had sort of a daisy sunflower sort of thing on the front, I mimicked that with our little flower and the same colours as well. So let's see what we think is a good idea for these two. Now this one sort of has a more of a, I don't know, sort of almost, it's definitely not a daisy, it's more of an orchid-y sort of colour, shape. That was what that would be. So which one should we use? I think this one would be too big. This is a big sort of, I think that would be too, would it be too big? Oh no, that's probably, it's not much bigger than the daisy I used. So let's use this for that one. So I'll grab my piece of scrap white, and let's face it, nothing's a scrap these days. They're all going to get used. And I think I'll go colour-wise, I think I'll match this pink, which from memory is, I think it's melon. Is it melon number or is it berry burst? I think it might be berry burst. Just let me check. I haven't had, where's my paper? Hang on. Okay, here's my Floral Impressions pack, and the paper, the pink is okay, Pretty in Pink, but that's too light. Strawberry Slush. So it might be Strawberry, which is one of our new in colours. Let's do it in Strawberry Slush and you'll be able to see another in colour. Since you've already seen Darling Duckling. Yep, okay, let's go Strawberry, no, that's Petunia Pop, Julianne. Strawberry Slush. There we go, Strawberry Slush. Apparently, if you've been around for a fair while, Strawberry Slush, I'm just having trouble getting wrapping my mouth around these words at the moment, is a returning colour from a few years ago. Before my time, I don't recognise it, but I have a lady who comes to my classes who's been around for a lot longer than me, who remembers it from a while ago. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab my Strawberry Slush. This is the sort of the solid background stamp. I'm going to stamp off once with the background colour and then back on again to get a pale colour. And then I'll grab the detail stamp. And I've got my iPad balancing on my block holder. So I have to get, oh my goodness, Julianne, that's a bit foul. I will find a clean block. You can tell I've been in a hurry in the craft room the last few days. Things have got a bit slack. I heard somebody say once that they put their silicone blocks in the dishwasher to wash them. Has anyone tried that or seen anyone try it successfully? I'm a bit dubious and I don't want to melt my blocks or break my dishwasher. So has anyone seen anyone put their blocks in the dishwasher to clean them? Because let's face it, that would be a lot easier than the alternative if it works. But as I say, I've been a bit dubious. I didn't want to wreck my blocks. Okay, so there we are. So that's that's okay. That's our little flower. I'll give it a centre. So I might go a little bit darker, but darker pink for the centre, sort of like the, yep, I'll go blueberry, berry burst for the centre. Find the centre stamp. There's one, where's the other? Don't tell me I'm missing a stamp already, that's not a good sign. 1, 2, there's the one there. Maybe I've got it out already. That's okay, I'll just use this one. Again, I'll grab a block. That's a bit of a worry. I wonder where that's got to. I only had it out the other day. It must be somewhere. Okay, so I'll grab just an inside of, but that's way too dark. Let's make sure it's a little bit lighter. Yeah, we'll go there. So one stamp off and in the centre there. Okay. I wonder where that went to. I actually did clean everything up, so that's a bit of a concern. See, I'm missing that little one there. It's not a good sign this early in the piece if I'm missing a stamp. Might be on the floor. I'll check the floor. Everything always ends up on the floor. Okay, so there's our little flower for our for this card. I might do the other one before we move on so that I've got just one amount of fussy cutting to do. So for this one, I think we might just use the, because it's got some daisies on it or some sunflowers or something, we might just use the little sunflower from before. So I'll pop that aside. I might fit it on there, let's see. I'll grab the daisy. Don't worry, I'll give these all a good clean after we've finished together. Now this one I'm going to use our Darling Duckling. Get the daisy. So again, the first stamp will be full strength and then I'll stamp it off to get just a soft colour, and then I'll bring in the detail and stamp that onto there. So this is a funny one. This one you sort of have to find yourself a bit of a a landmark, so you can find the same where it's supposed to be each time, if that makes sense. So, you find the centre there. There we go. Oh, that was perfect. That one worked well. So that's the darling duckling. As you can see, I think it is it's a sort of a greeny yellow. And the centre of this one, I know I've got the centre of that one because I used it yesterday. That's there. And the centre, I'm going to use pecan pie, but very light pecan pie. So where's pecan pie? There. So I'll stamp off a couple of times to get that pecan pie. Yep. There we are. Okay, so I can die cut those. So who's that saying? Sharon's heard of it, but all I do is clean with the eucalyptus oil and a soft cloth. Okay, yep. So yeah, I've got the orange. I've used the orange oil. It's a lovely lady bought me some. He must have got sick of seeing me so messy and has bought me some, and I've bought my own since. It's a bit terrible when people actually buy you washing material because they think you're a slob. But yeah, so I do actually have some orange oil, but yeah, I was hoping for a more automatic solution. So there's the dye for our little daisy, and I'm just going to grab my die cutting machine. Still hoping against hope that stamp's going to jump out at me. That's a real bummer if I've lost that, because that's a fairly important stamp in the scheme of things. Anywho, if I've lost it, you'll know where my bonuses will go. I'll have to go and buy myself another one if I've lost the stamp. It's always the way, isn't it? The smallest stamp in the whole stamp set, or one of the smallest, is lost, so I have to buy the whole stamp set again. Eek. Okay, so finding my little landmark. My little landmark for this one is this little group of 3 here together. That's where I look for. Yeah, and if I match that up, it goes okay. And then the die for the other one. Haven't worked this one out yet. What's that? Sort of, there's a tall, skinny one there. What about that? We'll match that up. Yep, that's it. Okay. Let's die cut these. Okay, there we go. Well, I just for a minute thought I saw a stamp on the floor. Got a bit excited. I'm not sure. Okay, so this one's going to go on there. That one's not in the equation yet. This one's going to go on there. Yep, that's it. So we need something for our sentiments. Okay, so I thought I would just grab a punch. Where's my punch? Here's my punch and some white cardstock. Punch a couple of sentiment boxes. So this is the labelled with love punch. I think it's continuing in the new catalogue, even though I know the stamp set's going, but the punch itself is staying, I think. So we'll go 2 of those. And then I'll go thanks for being there, which is what I've did with the previous one as well. So it's 2 parts of the start. You can just go thanks if you wanted, or you can add the extra. What I'll do is I line up my block with my grid, and then I can add 2 stamps and make sure that they're straight. Being there. Okay, that's about right. I'll use garden green, no, old olive for this one. I'll find my old olive. There it is. Oops. Okay, so let's just make sure I've popped that in the right place. I just need a scrap. Scraps everywhere and I can't find one. Oh, scrap, scrap, scrap. It's going to break my heart if I have to use that white there. Let's flip these over. I can practice on the other side. As I say, cardstock has two sides. Yep, that's okay. And here we are. Okay, so we've got, oh, I didn't really want that colour. Does that look bad, that colour? Oh, I've smudged it anyway. Let's do a different colour. Flip that over. I'll use my pool party, I think, for this second one. Oh. Must be breakfast time. I'm starting to feel a bit funny in the tummy. I haven't had brekkie yet. Here we are. Yep, that's a better colour. Okay, so this one goes with this one. This one goes with this one. And we want some glue and we want some dimensionals. Okay, so I'm going to pop on both of these. I'm going to pop dimensionals on one side of the little sentiment box and then glue just where it's going to be on our little fold over. So I'll just grab some dimensionals for the back about there. Doesn't matter too much using ends, so there's quite a bit there. Just a little bit of glue on that corner and they'll sit on there like that. Okay, same with the other one. And then our flowers. So our flowers, I'm not sure I'm happy with the colour of that one. I think I probably should have gone the pool party, but that's okay. We'll stick with what we've got. So I'm just going to glue that one. It's going to overlap that little fold a bit, so we just want to put glue on the bottom wee bit. Just there. Definitely think that should have been a different colour. That's okay. Only you and I will notice that I don't like that colour. And let's do this one as well. So I'm going to pop this one actually on a dimensional itself because it's a little bit smaller. And we'll think about some bling. There we are. Like this one. I'm actually liking this one a lot. I thought I'd prefer this one, but I'm actually liking the one with the ferns. I think I've popped that paper upside down because all the ferns are running the wrong way. That's okay. I can live with that. Okay, so bling. Let's do some bling. So we'll bring in the bling that goes with the sweet, the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. I know they do it for a reason with this, what is it, where everything starts with the same number. What's that called? With the same letter? Alliteration. I know they do it for, you know, sales purposes, strawberry slush and pretty in pink, but some of us just find that really hard to say. Strawberry slush. Okay, so they are really gorgeous. There's the strawberry slush is the darker one, then the pretty in pink would be the lighter one. And this one on the ends here is sort of like a champagne colour. So if you haven't got pink in your card like this one, I'm going to use the champagne colour for that, but I'll use the strawberry slush for the pinky one, or the one that's got a little bit pink in it. I found this. This is, I know I'm not supposed to sell anything that's not Stampin' Up, and I can't sell you this, but I found this on an online store. It's the coolest thing. It's got like little crystals in it. It's got like a sharp pointy end there, which I haven't used for anything yet. But this end here is wax. So it's really cool at picking up the dimensionals and everything, because it's got slightly sticky. It'd be good for diamond art and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just the coolest thing. So I decided to buy one. Nothing's better than our take your pick tool, of course, but this just caught my eye because of the little crystals in it. Anyway, I'm going to use this one. Oh, there you go. I just dropped another stamp on the floor. So that's what's happening. It got caught on my sleeve, because I just put my sleeve down on my stamp set, which was silly, and I felt it drop to the floor. So I reckon that's what's happened to the original stamp that I've lost. So fingers crossed, when I clean the floor, I will find my missing stamp. Anyway, so let's do this bling so I can go and look for that stamp. It's going to worry me now. I won't be able to sleep. So these are the champagne ones. I'm going to pop those on just the green card. Okay. Cute. All done. Oh, and in the original, and I'll pop that on later when we're not together, just a little strip of paper and I appreciate you there, just to finish it off a wee bit, but I'll do that after we're done. And with this one, I'll use the champagne. There we are. Okay, so there's our two cards. I think I saw them on the on Pinterest called corner fold cards. So if you're interested in looking them up on Pinterest, I think that's what they were called. So corner fold cards, and they're using our Impressions Abloom bundle and the paper and everything gorgeous that goes with that. So there's the three there. They're the ones that I did with the new products. I'll show you the ones I made if I can find them nice and easy. I made some for my fundraising. I'll show you those. Here they are. I made some for my fundraising cards, which I haven't managed to sell yet. So there they are as well. So yeah, if you live locally or you live in Australia and you'd like to purchase some of my fundraising cards for the biggest morning tea, I've got those there. But as I say, these ones I've just using the brand new Stampin' Up products. They're online exclusives, so basically you'll see them come up online only from the 6th of May. If you like what you see and you struggle with the online exclusive, please, please, please reach out. Even if if you're a demonstrator and you just can't find them, or if you're a customer and you need help, I'm very, very happy to show you or send you a link or something like that just to help you. Because I know sometimes when you can't hold the catalogue in your hand, it can be difficult to know what you're actually buying. But anyway, definitely here to help if you need me. Okay, so that's my video for today. I've got a kit class this afternoon, so I better sign off and go and clean up the kitchen so we can have the class without having to step over things. I'll see my class ladies this afternoon, and I'll see the rest of you next time, so probably next weekend. So next weekend will be the customer draw, so 3 more days to get your orders in to be part of the draw, and I will actually draw the lucky winner next weekend during my live, so hopefully to see you all there. Okay, so thanks again, have a great weekend, keep safe.